Another one of those videos that I'm just throwing together. No, I'm not. I'm not really throwing this together at all. I did have some time to think about it and prepare it. So yes, I have something for you today. It should be relatively entertaining. Right. Okay, so the sound check is good. It's excellent. Let's get into this. So if you're re-watching the live stream, you'll find the start time down in the description. Just look down there, and I usually have the start time listed down there. If you are watching my live streams for the very first time, then normally what I do is I present everything first. Once I've done that, then I open it up for questions, feedback, saying hi, hello, whatever. I want to make it clear that the title itself is a little bit tongue-in-cheek, and by the end of it you should hopefully get the point that I'm trying to make. Anyway, so I'm going to get into this right now and start off. Hi, welcome to HowtoDandD. My name is Fred Wheeler, and today I want to talk about Dungeons & Dragons 5e, and specifically I want to talk about avoiding the Dungeon Master's Pixie T-Rex Giant Ape Bunny Rabbit combo. What the heck is this particular combo? This is the first thing we need to discuss, is actually explain what that combination is. It might be known by some people, it might not be known by everybody. So I want to make it completely clear what this particular combination is, but I also want to explain why a Dungeon Master will use this combination, and at the end of the video I'll explain to you how to avoid having to deal with this combination. So first off, I'm going to explain how basically what it is. What is the DM Pixie T-Rex Giant Ape Bunny Rabbit combo? This is basically when the Dungeon Master uses pixies. They decide to use pixies, and they have those pixies cast polymorph. Now polymorph is a very powerful spell, as everybody knows, and you can do a lot with polymorph. Now pixies have superior invisibility, which is concentration. They're also very tiny, so that can make them very hard to sort of spot. Now they don't cast polymorph on themselves. These pixies that the Dungeon Master uses, they don't cast the polymorph spell on themselves, because that would require them to engage in some sort of violent activity, and also it would require a whole lot of concentration checks every time the player's characters try to cause damage, or cause damage, should I say, to the transformed pixie. So they don't cast polymorph on themselves. The number of pixies can be quite small, but as a general rule, a Dungeon Master, if they're using this particular strategy, is probably going to use quite a lot, use a large number. And this is because the challenge rating is quite low. It's only a quarter CR, and also the goal of the Dungeon Master is very different now. So what are they doing with these? What they're going to do is they're never going to reveal themselves when they cast the spell. They're small, they're hard to spot. They're not particularly aggressive, so they don't really get normally, although the Dungeon Master has every right and certainly has every opportunity to change the way that their pixie operates. So they probably won't put themselves in harm's way. And as I said, the pixie's size does mean that they are tiny, they have a really good stealth modifier, they have superior invisibility. Provided they don't fly, they won't leave a little trail of sparkly dust behind them. So it makes them very hard to find, and all they need to do is just hide behind total cover when they cast the spell. So what do they do with polymorph? Well, the pixies have a chat with their friendly woodland creatures. There's bound to be a little bunny rabbit, or a little bird, or a rambunctious raccoon, or an annoying sort of squirrel or something like that that's around that will help the pixies out. So they'll collect a bunch of these little woodland creatures together, and they'll transform them using polymorph into, well, if you're lucky, into one of these. No, they're not going to transform them into a cute bunny rabbit that is a unicorn. No, that's not what they're going to do. In fact, if you're really unlucky and the Dungeon Master is feeling particularly vengeful, possibly very annoyed, they might select a woodland creature like a family of badgers. Now, badgers just don't want to give up on anything. Bunny rabbits, little birds, squirrels, raccoons are probably not going to fight to the death, and they're certainly not going to give you quite so much trouble, even if they are transformed into something else. No, they're going to get transformed into giant apes. Giant apes. So you could wind up with a whole bunch of giant apes, and if you're really unlucky, you could also wind up with them being transformed into basically a T-Rex. A whole bunch, a herd of T-Rexes is going to make a pretty big mess of the player's characters. And there's obviously always an opportunity to mix it up a little bit, have a few T-Rexes, have a few giant apes, King Kong creatures. What is this all in aid of? Well, essentially, this herd of T-Rexes or giant apes is going to proceed to stomp the party, literally crush them. Okay, stomp the party into the ground until either they have been sufficiently challenged, or should I say, penalized is not necessarily the way I would say it. I would say punished for whatever they have done that has annoyed the Dungeon Master. So yes, challenged. Probably there's going to be a TPK. I would imagine a herd of giant apes or T-Rexes is probably going to crush the player's characters completely, which is unfortunate. We don't really want that happening. So how can we deal with this? Well, there is one aspect to this that if you're lucky, your Dungeon Master won't do this. But there's still a way they'll use a combination that can still be quite difficult to stomach. And that is, a nicer Dungeon Master will just have 3 or 4 pixies per character, that is, transform the player's characters into little bunny rabbits or little critters for about an hour, just to mess with them or humiliate them. That is possibly one of the nicer outcomes to this particular combo. So why do Dungeon Masters use this combination? There's actually quite a number of different reasons, but I'm only going to give 3 in this particular video. One of the reasons for the Dungeon Master using this combination is that they want to test the pixies and find out how they operate. That's sort of testing the waters, see what it's like, how do they play out for them. That's often one of the reasons they might use this particular combination. The thing is, though, that there's so many different things they can do, but often the reason behind this has got many different reasons. But it's also if the players annoy or anger the Dungeon Master in some way. This is a tactic that a Dungeon Master might use, and I know it's very tempting for a Dungeon Master to use this technique. There is another reason, primarily the primary reason why this technique is used by Dungeon Masters in the game of Dungeons & Dragons 5e. And that is when, when the players have access to a spell called Conjure Woodland Beings. Now, Conjure Woodland Beings and this combination that players can use has been discussed on the YouTube channel Taking 20. It's quite broken. It's where you can conjure woodland creatures up to 8 pixies if you want. Players do this. They then have the pixies transform the party into T-Rexes or giant apes. Often it's a T-Rex because they've got sharp teeth. And then the little pixies go and hide somewhere out of sight so they can't get hurt, and the spell will stay in play for as long as possible, and they proceed to smash and destroy anything the Dungeon Master has laid out for the game. And in repeated uses of this technique will generally annoy a Dungeon Master quite a lot. So how can you avoid this particular technique being used by your Dungeon Master after doing this particular combination? Well, my suggestion is, and I would highly recommend going and watching Cody's video on the ultimate broken combo, which is basically about the Pixie and the T-Rex and conjure woodland beings. Go and watch that, because it's very important to understand how that works and why you should not do it. Okay, so how do you actually avoid this happening to you? 1. Don't cast the spell conjure woodland beings and turn the party into T-Rexes and roll them out and squash the DM's monsters over and over again. Once is entertaining and kind of funny. Repeated uses will usually annoy and make your dungeon master quite angry. Another thing you could possibly do is just don't do things that annoy or anger your dungeon master. Pray to the gods that the dungeon master doesn't use pixies, because whether you realize it or not, pixies are extremely powerful just because of the types of spells they have access to. Now, pixies aren't particularly aggressive, but dungeon master can change pretty much anything on the stat block, and there's not much you can do about it. Also, remember, explain to the dungeon master that the Pixie, T-Rex, Giant Ape, Bunny Rabbit combination is not really much fun for you, and you understand that it's not very much fun for them as well. So I won't do it as a player if they won't do it as a dungeon master. Simplest way to deal with that whole situation. Okay, so that's really all I have on the how to avoid the DM's Pixie, T-Rex, Giant Ape and Bunny combo. If you found this video helpful or useful, entertaining or just silly, please hit the like button. Otherwise, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, look, consider subscribing. I do videos like this from time to time, and I'm sure there will be more of them. So consider subscribing, hitting the bell button to be notified when I go live and when I publish new videos. Don't forget, like and share the video with other people so they know what's going on. I really appreciate people sitting through and watching this video, so thank you very much. You can continue to support me by watching more of my videos. Just check out my playlists. There's bound to be something that you'll find useful. I don't do Patreon, but down in the description you'll find an affiliate link to the book depository and Amazon, where you can buy stuff online. I get a small commission. You pay exactly the same price, just go through the link. You don't have to buy the thing I have linked to, just go through the link and then buy what you want. Now, if you have any feedback, anything you disagree with, anything you want to add, have I missed anything, have I got anything wrong, would you like to say hi, you can say hi. That's what the chat box is for the live stream. Otherwise, if you're not part of the live stream, down in the comments section is where you want to put your comments, okay? And I will respond to you as soon as I possibly can. And hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s. All right. Can I have a shout out? Yeah, you can actually. Re-TV Films. Why not? Is it Re-TV Films? I hope it is. Hi Bucky. How's it going? Look, I haven't pulled up my face because one of my lights is out today, and as a result of my lights being out, putting the camera on my face or anything else just won't work. So therefore, I'm going to leave the cute little bunny rabbit unicorn up for now, just because I kind of like the image. I thought it was quite entertaining. Bear in mind, all of this is tongue-in-cheek, okay? This video was not really serious in any way. In fact, if anything, I've just instructed players how to use the combination that Cody on Taking 20 talked about, which is the Pixie T-Rex combo with Conjure Woodland Beings, and I've also just explained to Dungeon Masters how to counter that. So it is all very much tongue-in-cheek, don't take it seriously. What's that, Bucky? I know you live. You know where I live? Yeah, I live in Helensville, Bucky. Yep, that's exactly where it is. In New Zealand, Helensville, not too far from Auckland. Re-TV. I'm actually talking to both of you. So yeah, What else we got here? Bucky, I am talking to this HowtoDandD guy. Yes, my name is Fred, by the way. Fred Wheeler, but Fred will do. And I'm sure if you keep showing up to my live streams, you'll get to know me quite a lot more because I talk to people quite a bit. Do a lot of live streams. And I've done the shout outs. Re-TV Films. Can you D&D for our group? Do you mean DM? I probably can't. Right now I'm taking a break from dungeon mastering. I will go back to it. I'm actually taking an opportunity to play. I'm getting an opportunity to play somebody else's dungeon mastering. I don't often get a chance to play a character. Right now I'm playing a character who is a paladin dragonborn sorcerer called Feskin. So that's what I've been doing. Although I do videos for Dungeon Masters all the time because I've got a lot of experience and I like doing it, but I do videos for players and Dungeon Masters. What else? You're welcome, Re-TV. Bucky, can I come to your house? Bucky, no, you can't come to my house. I hardly even know you. Oh, sorry, Re-TV, I didn't realise. I'm trying to catch up with everything. Bucky, I live a street away. Oh my gosh. Okay. Bucky, if you really want to get in touch with me, I don't really want to do it on the live stream. Look in the About section for my email address and email me. Okay? That's probably the simplest way. If you live in Helensville as well, just email me first before showing up at my door, okay? That would probably be the most sensible thing to do. Start with that, okay? All right. Okay, look, I'm going to take off. Hopefully people found this entertaining. I don't know that necessarily it was informative and educational, but certainly that was my intention, just to have a bit of fun. So what is happening tomorrow? Normally tomorrow I would just re-release a live stream after it's had a rough edit, but I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be running a Dungeon Master workshop, not so much a workshop as a Q&A. So a Dungeon Master questions and answers tomorrow. It's going to be scheduled for New Zealand Standard Time 3 p.m, but it might take place earlier. I'm still tossing up whether I can get back in time from the doctor or not. So if I'm going to put it up, so it should give you a notification when it takes place. So there's going to be a Dungeon Master Q&A, which I was supposed to do on Thursday last week, and I missed it because I did something else. So that is my intention, is to do it then. Okay? All right, so I'm going to take off. You guys all have a good night. Re-TV and Bucky, look after yourselves, and I'll see you later, okay?